Alright fellas, let me introduce you to the most aesthetic exercise that you are not doing. Now you're probably thinking, what could this guy possibly be talking about? And I'll tell you what, the Lou raise. What is the Lou raise? The Lou raise is essentially a full range of motion lateral raise with your hands ending above your head. These were made famous by Chinese Olympic weightlifter Liu Xiaojun. And if there's one thing we all know about Chinese Olympic weightlifters, is that they are aesthetic as hell. I mean, just look at these guys, right? Now, are they on that Olympic special sauce? Yeah, probably. But if you're natural, you can definitely benefit from this lift as well. And what better time to talk about them than right after Chinese New Year? So what makes Lou raises good for aesthetics? Just think about it. The Lou raise targets the front delt, the side delt, and a bit of upper trap. These three muscles are all key for that aesthetic look. Think of those Chinese weightlifters I showed you earlier. Think of guys like Jeff Seid, David Lade, even the OG Frank Zane. What do all of their physiques have in common? Big round delts and well-developed traps. Now this is especially important when you're in clothing. Most of us aren't going to have our shirts off all the time, and that means it's even more important to have these muscles developed. When your delts and traps are developed, you will stand out even in clothing. Now let's talk about how to program the Lou raise into your workout. Now there's a couple different ways you can incorporate the Lou raise. You can throw them in at the end of your push or shoulder workout as a finisher. So after any vertical pressing you do, any lateral raises, etc., Lou raises are great as a finisher because they target so much of the shoulder. So after your shoulders are already fatigued, you go and do your Lou raises and then you feel everything firing. It's really an amazing way to end off your push or shoulder workout, just completely frying the delts. Now if you do opt for this route, you're probably going to have to use some lighter dumbbells as your shoulders are already fatigued from the rest of your workout. I think an underrated way of programming the Lou raise is actually just as a main movement. As in a movement that you're constantly trying to progress, do more reps, go heavier, etc. A lot of people just do them for shoulder health, and that's fine, right? But we're trying to pack on some muscle. Now with Lou raises, the heavier you go, the more likely you are to cheat, and that means you're probably going to get more upper trap involved. Personally, I don't think that's a big deal. I'm never going to complain about more upper trap development. If you do want to focus on the delts more, you're probably going to want to keep the weight a little bit lighter just so you can focus in on the form and really dial it in. I would say that once you're in the 20 to 25 pound range for a decent amount of reps, so I'd say 12 plus, maybe even 15, you're probably doing alright. I'll also mention that you can slot these in at the beginning of your shoulder workout, more so as a warm-up for your shoulders and traps. Personally, I always make sure that I at least do lateral raises beforehand, as I like to make sure that the side delts are already warmed up and ready to go. If you've never done these before, my recommendation would be to go the finisher route at the end of your push day or shoulder day. Start with some light dumbbells and really make sure you dial in that form, because it's not really a movement that most people are used to. That way, once you're a bit more comfortable with the movement, you can then go on to push a little more for progression. Alright guys, that'll do it for today. Let me know what you think in the comments. Personally, I've been doing these for years. I love them. I love the results you get. Let me know if you've tried them before, if you agree, disagree. What do you think the best exercise for aesthetics is? I'm curious. I'll see you guys in the next one.